What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shimer Fantasy Battle Reports. I got another battle report for you today. It's the ESC Zagreb, Croatia. Guys, it's round number 2 at the ESC, and not only is that, this is a doozy of a game. This is a game against my boy Ivan Diaz. Now, Ivan is I met Ivan last year at Spain. All right. Quick story. We went to a just walked by and we saw, it was me and Joseph Abel. We were walking by a restaurant and we saw a bunch of the guys from Team Australia, which I recognized Willie from the year before. And they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go eat dinner." I was like, "All right, cool." So we walk inside with them. We go eat dinner with Team Australia. And yeah, I met Ivan for the first time. They ordered a bunch of food, and Ivan's like, "Dude, this is too much food. I'm not gonna finish it." And I was like, "If you're not gonna finish that, can I give it to my dad?" And he's like, "Go for it." So Ivan, ever since that, has been in the good graces of my family. My father loves the guy. I love the guy. He's a great guy. I played Ivan twice before in UB, Universal Battle. The first time he had no idea who I was. I had no idea who he was, even though we already met in person. This is after ETC last year. And I beat his ass. While I was beating his ass, he was constantly complaining that I'm just fucking lucky, that this is bullshit and whatever. I have to tell this. This is the best part of it. Anyways, so he's like constantly complaining. He's just like, "This is bullshit. Your idol shouldn't have killed my general. You needed a 5 to hit, and I got a 5, and then I wound, and then he fails his ward, and then I got max wounds and killed his general." So he had all these reasons why I was a lucky bastard. And he was like basically just like chewing me down. And then I'm like, "Oh, you know," and I'm trying not to make a big deal out of it. And then I ask him where he's from. He says he's in Australia, and I was like, "Oh shit, I know the guy's from Australia." And he's like, "It's me, Ivan." I was like, "Oh, it's me, James." And we're like, "Oh shit." And then like after that, the whole tone changed on how lucky I was to just like, the dice are dice. Anyways, it's pretty funny. It was pretty funny because he had no fucking clue who I was, and then we were like kind of bickering, and then afterwards we were just like, "Hey, it's you. Hey, it's you." Whatever. Anyways, so I got a couple more games against him in UB, and the point is right now I am undefeated against Ivan. We're gonna go ahead and play this game in real life. My first time ever playing Ivan in real life in Croatia. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, here's a picture of Ivan. Here's a picture of his army. I have no pictures of his armies close up, but I actually do have the ETC things. Ivan is actually playing for Latvia this year, and we do play Latvia in like round 3, I think, or round 5, around there, round 3 or 5. Anyways, basically, I'm going to play Ivan right now. Now, I'm going to go over his list. He has a Quadalord, General BSB. He has Alchemy, Divination, Essence of the Free Mind, Binding Scroll, Banner of Relentless Company, Grasp of the Immortal, Trained from Birth. He has a Druid Priest. He has a Skink Captain with the Egg of Kasatal. He has 40 Skink Braves with the Tree Frog Banner, which I have no idea what that is. He has 4 Caimans in that unit. So that's the one where it's like a mixed unit, Caimans and Skinks. Then he has 15 Skinks just as a scoring unit. He has 26 Temple Guards with Rending Banner. He has a Stygiosaur with the Mystic Traveler. I love the name, the Mystic Traveler. That thing makes me laugh. He has 2 units of Ramphadon Riders. He has 4 units of Skinks. 2 of them are camos, 2 of them are not. Alright, let's go over here. As you can see, we're playing, I don't know if it's, I think it might be Dawn Assault, where you can't pick one side. It might be Dawn Assault, it might not be. It might just be Classic. I can't tell. It might be Marching Columns, to be honest. I think that's what it was. So he has a bunch of Vanguards, he has a bunch of Scouts. He's going to go ahead and move up with his Vanguards and Scouts. I don't know why his little dinosaur is up so high. Maybe I don't think he placed it yet. But basically, as you can see, these are the camo Skinks popping out. His Skinks are coming around. I'm going to go ahead and take, I think I take first turn. So here's another picture of just, yeah, he just placed his Stygiosaur correctly. There you go, that's better. So as you can see, I put my spiders on the left side. And I started doing this a little bit more with my Wizard Bunker, because they're so mobile and they're so, they're able, if they get into a flank, that's the most annoying thing they could do is be in the flank and just start blasting nukes everywhere. And the only thing on this side are Skinks, so I really want to get rid of all these Skinks. The Skinks are going to go ahead and kill my big monsters, and that's the part that I just really try to avoid, is just trying to get shot down by Skinks all the time with fucking Crom or Spider, because Crom and my Spider can actually really put some good damage down in his units. we're going to go over turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins, as you can see. My Spider Rider's just going to go on the left. You don't see it in this picture, but they're just going to fly up to the flank of those little 5 unit of skinks. I'm not scared of 5 skinks with my unit of Spider Riders. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run... Oh, I switched the picture on myself. Where the hell did I put the picture? Where the fuck did I put the picture? There it is. What I'm going to do is on the left side, I'm going to just grab that spoil with my Forest Goblins. There's nothing on the left side that's going to cause me to panic. My Spider can just run into the woods. My K-Pack is going to move up and just threaten his skinks. And my Savages, I wanted to get behind the wall to block some shots, but I don't think I really had the right angle to do so. Hindsight, I could have just put the Savages where Crom is and Crom on the right side. Doesn't really matter though. But anyways, Magic, I ended up rolling a 6 on the Flux. Go ahead and this is my card for my Lightning Vambrace. So I go do Lightning Vambrace, and as you can tell, there is no skinks left in that spot. They just got blown the fuck up. Nothing else really happens in Magic. He stops everything else that I have. So we're going to shooting. I shoot the web launcher into his Temple Guard. I end up doing 2 wounds onto his Temple Guard, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm just like, "Hey man, I gotta start whittling them down right now while I can." Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna go into turn 1. Saurian Ancients. Saurian Ancients turn 1. Now, he does this thing where it's really smart. He just throws that Mystic Traveler to my flank over on the side where my goblins are, because I just can't handle it with the 20 goblins. He moves up all his skinks. He's basically gonna start focusing fire, and I didn't realize he was going to do this, but he basically focuses fire everything onto my Savages. I thought he would try to do it onto Crom, onto my Spider, and I try to keep Crom back. Knowing what I know now, I probably should have just left Crom right up front and center. Nothing's really threatening my dogs right now. That's fine. Magic, he rolls an 8 on the Flux, and holy crap, is that like what he needed right here? Because not only he gets 7 dice, he has 7 tokens, but he also gets tokens for like 3 wizards plus items and all this random shit, and whew, he's gonna channel a lot. So anyway, so Magic, he ends up doing Fate's Judgment, only kills off 2 of my Savages. That's fine. He ends up doing Unerring Strike, kills off 2 more, which I lucked out on. I think it was a small one though, but nope, I take it back. He killed a lot more than 2. He killed off 7, 8, 9, so 7. Shooting, he's going to start shooting all the skinks into my Savages. He ends up killing off a couple more, shoots more skinks, couple more. Jesus fucking Christ. He neutered my Savages in turn 1. I'm only down to 2 ranks left. That is brutal. And it's going to go and start off my turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins, I'm like, you know what, fuck these skinks. I'm going to charge! So I charge the K-Pack into both skinks, and you see them both flee. That's fine, that happens. I don't think I charged the other skinks with my general. I think I wanted to. No, I did not want to, because basically what happens is if he flees and I fail charge, he's going to counter charge me with that Temple Guard unit, and my general's dead. But basically, I think I just left that last unit of skinks there. Don't know what happened to my dogs. Oh, my dogs didn't charge shit. They just ran to the flank. As you can see, my Forest Goblins already got the objective on that side. His unit of skinks are going for his objective on the right side, and basically my Spider Riders moved as close as possible. Magic, I got an 8 on my Flux, fuck you. Go ahead and I do Smite the Unbeliever and lower these guys' toughness, and he's like, sure, whatever, it lowers the toughness. Nothing else really happened. I try to do the magic missiles, he doesn't let it go through. I try to do a comet, he doesn't let it go through. It doesn't really matter. Shooting, I'm going to shoot these freaking bow shots, BSB, into the unit of pterodactyls here. Pterodactyl! End up killing one of them. And then we're going to go into... That was all that really happened. We're going to go into turn 1, or turn 2, Saurian Ancients. Saurian Ancients turn 2, he tries to do a long charge from his Ramphidons into my Spider Riders. I decided to do a stand and shoot, and I end up doing my Dragon Staff, burn off, and I kill one more Ramphidon. And he's like, can you do a stand and shoot with the Dragon Staff? I'm like, it's a shooting attack. Yeah, you can. And he's like, son of a bitch. But he needs a double 6 anyways. He doesn't get it, which makes him just stumble forward. As you can see, the Mystic Traveler's still coming for my Goblins, and then his skinks basically chaff my Spider. He's just basically trying to stall how much he's going to get in. I left my Savages alone. I just figured They're pretty much dead. I'm just going to stay behind this hill while I can. Maybe I moved them. I don't remember. Not really. Nope. They're right where they're at. Alright. Magic ends up rolling a 6 on the flux. Goes ahead and he does a Fate's Judgment onto my spider. Does 1 wound. He goes ahead and he does... what the fuck was that? Children of Umi, and just destroys my dogs. He goes ahead and he does Stars Align. Don't know on what, but he did it on something. One thing I don't know what happened here is my K-Pack panicked. So he charged, I think he charged the K-Pack with the Ramphadon Riders first, and I fled, and then I ended up fleeing really far out of in my general's bubble, but I fail it, and then basically keep running. It's gonna go and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. The Space Rocks coming up to the flank. Boom! Into those skinks. Fuck those skinks. Nothing else charged in. Everything else just kind of readjusts. Magic end up rolling a 2 on the flux, which is just garbage. As you can see in this picture here, my Spider Riders are going to continue keeping their distance. My Force Goblins start to move closer towards the action. This was kind of a mistake. At the time I saw it, I was like, they might as well get closer to do something. And thinking that all his stuff is really far away, nothing's really a threat to them. It ends up working out in my favor, but at the same time, it really was a mistake. Like, I could have just left them far back there, and I have the objective, and we could just fight for the middle one. But my general decides to protect the goblins. I see the goblins about to get attacked by this Mystic Traveler, so I just basically rank them up into ranks, hold steadfast, and then basically will countercharge with my general, and he's like, fuck. This actually deters him from doing that, for the record. Magic, go ahead and I do a Lightning Vambrace on these guys, kill one more. Doesn't kill him yet. I'm going to go ahead and shooting, and I end up shooting everything else, the BSB and all the tomahawks into him, and boom, and kill him. Not tomahawks, bows. Causes a panic onto that skink unit up top. They end up panicking and running. I want to say they do. Yeah, they do. They end up running. And that looks like it. Yeah, my Space Rock killed his skinks, and I'm just staring down the middle with my 2 monsters. At this point, I'm thinking my monsters are great. They're healthy. I only have 1 wound on the spider. I'm fine. Let's go start off his turn. Saurian Ancients turn 3. Saurian Ancients turn 3. He decides to readjust his plan here. He readjusts everything. He actually ignores the token, the Spoil of War. He needed to grab it. He didn't. Okay? So, but basically his new plan here is everything's out of line inside of my savages, everything's out of line inside of my monsters, but he's gonna nuke the shit out of me. And basically in the next turn you see what he really planned. His unit, I believe, passes the rally up there. Magic, he ends up rolling an 8 on or 7 on the flux. All right. Goes ahead and he does a boosted Fate's Judgment onto Crom, and he ends up racking 5 fucking wounds. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that really fucking hurt. I couldn't make a fucking armor save for the life of me. Shooting phase, he ends up shooting into my savages, ends up doing 2 wounds. He ends up, like I said, these guys end up running off the table. And it's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. God damn Crom. God damn it. So I move Crom back. Crom just runs away. He's like, there's just no point of being up there. I'm just going to die. That really, really, really fucking sucked. I really wanted Crom to be in that upcoming fight. Nobody goes in, and I just move the spider all the way up to the flank, out of his line of sight of his main Temple Guard unit here. This is where I say his strategy changed. Space Rock's actually still healthy, but man, those fucking Fate's Judgments and Unerring Strikes are super, super strong against my monsters. It's just brutal. Magic, end up getting a 1 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a Cleansing Fire onto my general. I'm just going to try to kill some skinks. Over here I do a Hand of Heaven. I only kill off 2 of the skinks, unfortunately. Didn't get that many hits. Shooting, I'm going to go ahead and shoot, and I believe... Oh no, I'm not even close enough to the skinks on these guys. These guys I just do it onto the Ramphadon Riders, and I don't do a single fucking wound. I think it was a shitty roll. Over here I end up shooting into the frickin' Stygiosaur because why not, and I do a wound. It's going to start off his turn 4. That was a really shitty turn from me. But turn 4, holy fuck, did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. He triple marches his Temple Guards in front of my frickin' Forest Goblins, and there's no escape. There is no escape. He flies his Ramphadon Riders behind my savages Even though Crom's staring at their ass, Crom only has 1 wound. He's planning on killing me right now with that 1 wound. And then basically his skinks go on the hill staring at my savages. Now my savages, again, originally would have no problem charging this unit originally, but since the fact that I only have 2 ranks left is not enough bodies. He did make one major mistake. I mean, not even major. It is like colossal mistake, okay? And you guys might be able to spot it in this picture, but he did not spot it until like after magic phase. He chaffs my spider with the remaining skinks. He walks the druid priest, or I think it's just like an actual druid guy, skink guy with the egg of Quizzical, and he walks him in front of my spider riders. Basically, he's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do with that unit. I think he's just trying to chaff me. The one thing I was thinking of, if he didn't make this giant mistake that he did, I was thinking about maybe moving my spider riders out of the unit and just and taking my 2 characters out of the unit, and just use my spiders as chaff. But man, that just like him rushing just left me in a spot where I'm just like, I have nowhere to go. Once he kills Crom, I have nothing to save my ass. I really have to fight this out. I have to fight this out, and that's the one thing I wasn't expecting. I was expecting like we're all avoiding. Now we're gonna have to fight. And I am going to save this picture for the colossal mistake later. Magic. He ends up rolling a 2 on the flux, goes ahead and he does a Fate's Judgment, kills Crom. Fuck you. Fuck you. His blowpipes here end up doing 2 wounds onto my spider, and he ends up killing off a couple of my, I think this was the egg. Yeah, it was the egg. The egg's like a breath weapon, does 5 wounds onto my spider riders, doesn't cause a panic. It's going to go ahead and start my turn. Orcs and Goblins, turn 5. Orcs and Goblins, turn 5. This is the fucking funniest thing. I'm going to show you the picture right here. He was like, ah, fuck! He left his flank open. And not only did he leave his flank open, he left his fat ass Slan on the flank. Oh my god. His whole Australian team, even though he's on Latvia, but his whole Australian team was sitting here watching our game, and they were just like, alright, what the fuck were you thinking? He's like, I don't know. I didn't see it. I thought he didn't have enough room to close the door. And they were just teasing him relentlessly, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna call out the WOG. If this wasn't the fucking ESC, if this wasn't a tournament, this is a learning experience. I have to put it this way. For Ivan, this is a learning experience, because I can't let him slide with this one. I have to charge it. I have to go into his flank. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Now, I really contemplated charging the forest goblins into the front while charging the savages into the flank. In the long run, I don't know. I mean, he's going to kill a shit ton of my forest goblins, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do enough wounds. That's the problem, is I just don't think I'm going to be able to do enough wounds. I contemplated it for quite some time, to be honest. Obviously, my spider's going to charge it to the skinks in front of him, and I don't charge his little skink priest there because I figured, worst case scenario, I don't kill him, or I don't kill him, or I'm in a bad spot and he charges me with something else, or my savages flub and he makes my savages run. He turns around and he charges my spider riders, which is an expensive unit. Charge it in here, and boom! Everybody gets in. I just walk my spider riders around, and I end up moving my forest goblins back a little bit because I'm like, I don't want to fucking be here for the backlash if it goes bad. I move my general behind the lines, basically threatening everything, but at the same time keeping the objective in the right side safe. Magic got a 7. There should be... Yeah, there's a... I'm going back to this picture real quick. His unit of skinks that originally were up top that panicked, they end up coming around this way towards the house. They're going to try to get the objective away from my goblins. I don't remember who gets it. We'll see at the end of this video. Go ahead and I do a lightning vambrace onto his unit, but I only fucking kill one fucking skink. God damn it. I'm trying to pick out his wizard. Over here, I put a cleansing fire onto my savages, but it's unfortunately only strength 3. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and shoot into his little skink priest, or, yeah, it's like a skink captain. I end up doing only 2 wounds, but the thing only has 2 wounds. over here, close combat. I could not do this. I just could not fucking do this. I just put all my attacks, every fucking orc attack, every savage orc attack into that fat fucking bastard. Because you know what? That guy's like... So I have this question. I was doing the points on this, and I assumed that it's both, but I don't know if somebody wants to confirm this with me. He's like 880 points alone. Okay? The general bonus is 200, but he's also the BSB. Do I get plus 400, or do I only get the plus 200? That would be something interesting. But anyways, I put every fucking savage orc attack into him, and I fucking kill that bastard. Fuck that fat bastard. End up doing 4 more wounds onto the other guys, and yeah, he's gonna swing back. He ends up breaking my second rank, which is not gonna make him break his steadfast. Now he's gonna be steadfast on a leadership, whatever, 46, because he's been doing divination. He reforms. I'm really curious on how that would have went if I threw the fucking goblins in. I'm really curious now. I know he's gonna kill a shit ton of my goblins. That's the point. That unit's a shredder unit. But if the goblins would have been able to charge in, have an extra charge, an extra banner, pop the rending banner, and do more wounds, he wouldn't be able to reform to face my savages. Not that it's going to matter, because you're going to see what's going to happen to my savages, but I'm just curious on how many more wounds. Would I have broke his steadfast? Would I have been able to win the combat, or was he going to win the combat? And that was just the rough... I think I made the right decision, or the safer decision in this tournament specifically. But that's something I'm curious about. He reforms, turns this way. He told me specifically, he's like, he would have killed so many of my forest goblins, and I agree, he probably would have. But I don't know. Let's go into turn 5. Saurian Ancients. Saurian Ancients, turn 5. He charges his Ramphadon riders into the rear of my savages. I'm going to be honest, he destroys my savages, and he's going to collect the token that I left there. So it's going to be a tie objective. These skinks are going to go ahead and charge downhill into something, but they fail. I think he's charging towards my goblins. And he just fails like so. And then he just, again, chaffs my spider. His unit of skinks up there, I don't know what happened to them. Why did they flee? They fled for something. Something happened that caused them to flee. And they end up running off the table. I don't know what it was. I have no fucking clue. Anyways, his Mystic Traveler walks behind my general. He figures, he's like, you can charge me if you want, but I'm going to just try to do magic and stay safe. And as you can see, that's the objective that nobody touched. Over here, close combat, he ends up just destroying my fucking unit. Magic, nothing really happens. He only has, like, 1 wizard left. So he goes in and he kills my unit. The Ramphadon riders alone just kill my unit because he dropped the frog in that unit. Yeah, shooting. He ended up shooting a shit ton of my spider. It looks like magic. He did a couple wounds onto my spider too, and basically that's about it. My spider only has 1 fucking wound remaining. 1 fucking wound remaining, so he's not worried about my spider. My spider, if I charge into the temple guard, I'm dead. Into the flank, because I only have 1 wound. If I charge into those skinks, he's gonna stand and shoot. He's gonna kill me with 1 wound. I don't remember if those skinks are dead or not. I don't know what the hell. I think they just fled. I think they failed terror is what it is. This is the next picture. So let's start off Orcs and Goblins turn 6. Orcs and Goblins turn 6. So I think he was chaffing me and I charged and he terrored and he ran away. So what I did was I ended up redirecting into the flank of his Ramphadon riders. And since he's staring at my Forest Goblins and my Forest Goblins are holding on to the objective, I'm actually contemplating this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to charge my Forest Goblins into his Ramphadon rider so I avoid that combat, and I'm contemplating just going in. And actually the way it's set up is I'm going to get into the flank of his skinks and his caiman, and I'll be getting the flank with both my Forest Goblins and my Space Rock, and it'll be his turn 6 and he'll have to fight from a flank, and I'll be able to break his steadfast. Yeah, he has some caimans in there. Only 1 caiman's going to be attacking, and I'm not going to give him my Space Rock. My Space Rock will actually be able to get into like a tip of his guy, right? So this is going to be good for me. This is really good. So I'm going to charge him with both. The one thing I have to worry about is if he gets 1 wound off on my spider, I'm dead. My spider riders are going to be just disappear. They're not going to stay over here. Fuck that shit. So there you go. Boom! They all get in. Holy shit. Holy shit. And my general just comes over this way for the leadership bubble. Not that anything's going to matter. It's going to go ahead and start off Magic. Magic end up getting a 4 on the Flux. Go ahead and give these guys Cleansing Fire. Oh, they weren't panicking. Maybe they were. I don't remember. But I think they weren't panicking. They were just chilling. And then I ended up coming over here and doing Cleansing Fire and killing enough. Or did I kill enough to make him have a quarter unit? I don't remember what I did here. I don't understand why the tactical move to burn this unit was. Maybe I caused the panic and they ran off the table. Don't remember. I don't remember. Doesn't matter, but they're obviously off the table. I'm going to give the points to my bastards. Over here, close combat. Close combat, I fucking rip apart his pterodactyls. And as you can see, actually, it doesn't look like it's a flank. It'll look like it'll front and a flank. I don't want one caiman touching my spider. One caiman touching my spider will kill my spider. But I'm kind of just thinking about doing it because, again, it's going to be his turn 6. So if I get in with the spider, it's going to start that combat. He can't fight my forest goblins. I have the objective. I'm going to hold on to it, right? So I'm going to do it. So I wipe out this fucking unit, right? I kill it to the exact pterodon or ramphidon, right? So it causes a panic check and the fucker fails it. And his unit runs from the closest unit, which is actually Dread. And they run this way through everything. Oh well. He rallies and he's on the wrong side and nothing really happens. That was turn 6. I mean, his turn 6, he really couldn't do shit. What the fuck? His Stygiasaur comes up here, he does his magic, and magic he ends up killing my space rock, which is another 300 points for him. And holy crap, that was a hell of a game. That was a weird game, but holy crap. Honestly, Ivan probably should have tabled me. He probably should have won. He played a smart tactical game. He set up counter charges and rear charges. He knew when not to charge. He knew when to charge. He knew his magic was just overpowering for my list. It was extremely overpowering on magic. If I would have put the Spider Riders on the other side to deal with the Stygiasaur, I think he would eventually have just killed my Spider Riders instead of my Savages. So I think I actually played that correctly. But Jesus Christ, if he just did not make that one boneheaded mistake of just giving me the flank with his general sitting there, he would have won. He would have won. I only got, we're tied on the objective, I only got an 11-9 win, which isn't much. But again, that's 2 wins in the ESC. We're going to go into the 3rd round, and yeah, that's going to be a hell of a game. My MVP, okay, points-wise, let's just go over this in points. Points-wise, my MVP would be the Foot Clan. For charging into his flank and killing his general and killing a bunch of his temple guard. Next up would be the Bastards. The Bastards did 816 points in just like shooting and magic. That's just crazy. And the Bastards are like pretty much competitive. I mean, last round they died pretty early, but the other 2 rounds they're pretty competitive on the points. They're keeping up with Dread and the Foot Clan and the Bushwhackers in points and the Space Rock. But I think the true MVP here is Ivan. Ivan is the MVP because he gave me his general. Oh my god, he was teased about it the whole night. The whole night. And he just kept looking at me and he's like, I can't believe I gave you my flank. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Oh my god. Anyways, guys, that's it for this game. Round 2 in ESC Croatia is in the books. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy making it. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. And if you guys actually do enjoy my content, you can always show your support by going onto my Patreon, and every freaking donation matters. Every donation helps me get to the next year's ETC, as well as start saving for money for my camera so I can start taking better quality pictures for my battle reports. Guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, go to my Patreon. I'm going to leave the link down below, and I will see you guys in the next video against this guy. This is probably one of my most frustrating endings of a tournament game ever. but this is a game against a beast herd army from Belarus, and I will be putting that video up very shortly in the week. I'm just trying to hammer out these videos as fast as I can before I start to forget what happens, and also just so I can clean out the memory on my phone because all these pictures are on my phone. Alright guys, till next time, take care, and